Hey guys, Rex here. Please don't shoot the messenger. Okay? Facts, not feelings. Facts, not feelings. September 11th, 2001. I know you guys all remember that. 6,513 people were killed, innocent people. 6,513 minimum. Actually more. The numbers are way off. The reported numbers of innocent people killed on September 11, 2001 are way off. And these numbers can be absolutely verified by looking up the CDC statistics and adjacent estimations for different reports. That's just like with reported numbers. I don't know if you guys know this. This is history, past and actually continuing now. But on September 9th, 2001, there was about 3,500 people killed, murdered. September 10th, 2001, another 3,000 plus were removed from the earth, never to continue to move on to become who they were meant to be. September 11th, you had an additional 2,977 killed to the normal daily average of 3,500 people killed. Daily average 2001. Did you guys know that according to the Center for Disease Control, the reported numbers for abortions in 2001 was 853,485 total reported abortions in 2001. It's actually more like 1,291,000 actual. 1.291 million people killed. 846,447,000 were reported legal in 2001. So on September 11th, 2001, if you just take the numbers for the year of 2001 for reported abortions and divide that by 365, well, if you use total abortions, you'd have 3,536.9863 people killed on September 11, 2001, just as a daily occurrence. I've talked about this for years. I posted this when I had my, what do they call that stupid thing? Instagram. Problem is, it's a statistic. People don't get it. People don't soak it in. Has this not been on your mind every day since that, or ever since any other tragedy? I'll tell you what, guys. How many people were killed in GWOT? Global War on Terror. What was the numbers here? I got it here. 6,894 from 2001 to present, which I think, technically would have ended a year or two now, right? Ago. That's killed in combat. That's not counting suicides. 6,894. If you add that to 2,977, guys, because I can add and subtract. See? There's the numbers right there. You get 9,871 total killed in the GWOT, Global War on Terror, if you include the victims on 9/11 in those numbers. And that's U.S. military casualties in terms of being killed, okay? How many were killed on the AWOB? See, there's the GWOT, the Global War on Terror, and then there's the AWOB, the American War on Babies. 65,343,542. How many did Adolf kill? 6 million? 10 million? It was World War II. How many did Joseph Stalin? How about Mao Zedong? And you guys tell me. So dig this. Let's put this into perspective, okay? And I'm not trying to embellish this I'm just, because the facts will land with enough effect for me to just deliver the facts and walk away. I am just here to remind us of where we are. Did you know, when you study criminology, or if you've worked in criminology, cops will tell you this, correctional officers will tell you this, Army guys will tell you this, anyone who deals with bad people continuously. Did you know this is very common for scumbags, for like a murderer or a rapist? Did you know that most people who are rapists identify as a victim all the way through the system? And the system continues to train them how to leverage their victim mentality into this huge problem, and then they release them, right? So like, it's very common for the murderer or for the person who broke into your house when he cuts his hand on the glass to sue you. So is it uncommon for the psychopath murderers to claim victim status? Just in normal stuff. So we got 343,542 killed in the last 50 years. This is the anniversary, 2023, since Roe versus Wade, 1973 to 2023. Why isn't that on CNN? Why? Well, define terror. Who is participating in the true terror cycle? To terrorize young mothers and potential fathers, that a family is such a horrific experience that you need to terminate it preemptively. Who would put that horrendous thought into their mind and terrify them? The nice ladies with their shirt tucked in at the school and the television and the news, and your beloved public servants would maybe do that. So define that word. Dig this, guys. This is kind of crazy. Did you know that with the entire, all the people killed in the GWOT, Global War on Terror, if you take that number, all those casualties, and put them in a big, if you take, I don't know, one marble for each one of those casualties in the entire global war on terror, you'd have to have 6,619.748 times more people were killed on the AWOB, the American War on Babies. 6,600 times more people killed. Self-terminated. Do you guys remember why the bad guys, and it was terrible what happened on 9/11, just like it was terrible what happened on 9/10, and just like it was terrible on what happened 9/9, and going all the way back to the beginning of the year, back to 1973, every single day had more casualties in the United States inflicted than on 9/11. Every day in the United States since 1973, that's before I was born. Every single day, over 3,000 casualties on the American War on babies. So we have 6,619 times more inflicted murders by our own than the terrorists caused on that day of 9/11 and the entire 20-year war on GWOT, global war on terror. So who's winning that war? Well, there's a different way of looking at that. That blue number there, because I can divide. See that blue number right there? See it? Right there. 6,619 times more. Quantify God's mercy on a wicked and adulterous generation. He has not destroyed us yet. And 9/11 was 1/6,000th or 1/7,000th the required judgment to make it even. George Bush said when he was declaring the war, I wasn't around any TVs at that time, so I missed it, but I heard later, they hate us. They hate us because of our freedom. Okay, that probably is true. Let's define freedom. If by freedom we mean complete moral lawlessness, is that how we define freedom? Is that how the left defines freedom in this country? Complete moral lawlessness? What have we done with our freedoms and liberties in this country? We were blessed by God to have latitude to do what we want within the confines of his law. But most of the people in the country have taken it beyond the confines of his moral law and have used freedom to commit atrocity on themselves and on others. If by freedom you mean complete moral lawlessness, yes, then they would hate us for our freedom. But what have they been seeing on television? What have they been seeing pushed on them from supranational entities abroad, overseas, right? It's probably true that they hate us for our freedom. Am I a bad guy because I'm telling you reality? You see, people who talk like this get profiled and put onto the list with the check marks behind your name. Why? I'm not saying anyone should do anything bad. I'm saying people should quit doing things that are bad. I'm not saying, just for the record, for everyone who wants to put more check marks behind my name for the list for whenever the day happens, right? And it's coming, I'm sure. I'm not telling anyone to do anything bad. I'm telling the nation to stop doing things that are bad. So I'm trying to stop evil. I'm not trying to encourage evil, incite evil, any of that. I'm trying to stop it. How am I trying to do it? By appealing to your sensibilities, assuming maybe some of you have enough of a soul to recognize a number on a frickin' whiteboard. It's a large number of casualties. Isn't it? What are you going to do about it? See, we're all scrambling for our freedoms that are being lost. Meanwhile, we're blind to our sin. We're blind to our murderous national debt. You telling me we should expect blessings? Hey, Mr. Twister, come here. You telling me we should expect blessings when we kill? Hi, mister. What are you going to do? You going to go play?
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you play over there on your tricycle? Yep. Papa's working. You got to be insane to want to stop your chance to have a family. Who terrorized those little girls and young men from not wanting to cleave to the ability to have a wife and a family and children? Are people bad? Are people really that bad? Man, I hope not. I think that we've just been terrorized by those are supposed to serve us and bring us up by a system that would have us terminate ourselves. Now you tell me if that has red horns and a pitchfork or little angel's wings. He's being so careful to ride. Thank you for riding your tricycle so quietly. See, he can see that I'm working. Yeah. You parked it, yeah? You got a whole little parking lot going there, don't you? You're going to come say hi? For anyone who is all tore up by this, or anyone who doesn't understand the value, it's not a terrible thing to have such good little guys, right? Yeah. We were watching what the heck movie was it? Some cowboy movie last night. And I haven't seen this movie in 20 or 30 years. And I thought, oh, this will be good for kids because it's a family movie. But there's a scene where this guy delivers a calf. And my little guy's never seen nothing like that before. We don't have animals out here yet. I'm thinking maybe in a few years. I'm just growing trees right now. But he was just amazed. Remember that calf?
Yeah.
The calf that came out? What happened?
Calf the cow.
Yeah, the cow had a calf?
Yeah.
Yeah? Was that pretty cool?
Yeah, and the mommy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the daddy cow.
Mm-hmm. And the little calf was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, and grandma and grandpa cows.
Yeah, grandma and grandpa cows, right? It was a big happy family, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I know, right? And he was so worried when that little calf got lost in the river, weren't you? Remember when it fell in the water and they were trying to save it? That calf? In the rain? Yeah. He was like glued, like, oh no, right? Yeah, sensibilities of someone uncorrupted by the propaganda. Get your kids out of the school, for God's sakes. Get your kids away from the propaganda. Take away their rectangle of death. There's nothing good on here, minus a couple deals, right? Feel like Neo trying to pry into the Matrix to speak some sense into people to get off the Matrix. You got your shirt. I know it's pretty cool. They can't see it. So I'm going to go and enjoy the blessings today. How in the world can we be categorized as evil for having the opinion that life is a good thing? And that statistics and reality can give us perspective on what we've lost beyond what, I mean, just put it in perspective. It's all lives lost for no reason are a tragedy. All the lives lost, all the firefighters, all the first responders, all the military that are trying to do benevolent things because they have an idea that they're working for the good, right? It's all a tragedy on all sides. All sides. We get so emotionally tied to our sports teams. And when I say that, I mean who we're rooting for, but we're blind to our own responsibilities. It's very, very illogical. We are spiritually incoherent if you're worried about less than 1/6,000th of the casualties. I mean, just put it into perspective. 65 million murders celebrated in a country only to get, lose one day a few casualties in comparison and then play victim. We're victims? Man, this country needs to repent or it will be destroyed. That was just a warning call. It was a warning. That's it. This country is, you want to know the future? I read the book. Is this country going to repent collectively as a nation?
Papa, a flying saucer.
A flying saucer? Yeah, your swing? This country ain't going to repent anytime soon as a nation. You individually and your family can repent and try to separate yourselves from the silliness. I don't like to be around silliness anymore. I come out here where there's peace, where I can raise up my family in the way that we were intended and to be created for. And I hope you guys can do the same. With much love and respect and being sad for all victims on 9/11, not just the ones the news reports on, and 9/12 and 9/13, 9/14, 9/15, and 16. Hi, Mr. Twister. With respect for all of those victims, let's have a moment of silence for that. Rex out. Hey guys, Rex here. I thought to put this in here. I might as well while we're here, okay? If you want to show support for the channel, you can join us on Patreon if you think that's something if you like what you see here. I've been completely cut out of most of my prior relationships with the arms industry stuff. And I've been told over the last few years, at least a few times, very specifically, to not talk about this topic. Said, Rex, that's people ain't gonna like it. They're not gonna want to work with you. And there's a lot of woke stuff with a lot of the gun industry to where they don't like the Bible stuff. They don't like this topic. They want to go the path of Dylan Mulvaney or whatever, right? And that's cool, man. They can do whatever they want, right? But, man, my mission is not here to play with toys. My mission is not here to just show Babylonians how to off each other, okay? My mission is to share the truth with you guys, to equip you with some of these, some of these weapons of his war, okay? Which is just the truth, the word of truth. That's it. So if you want to support this operation, I have no fear that he will continue to bless my family and support us no matter which path we take. Now, we're very blessed to not require a huge amount of income to exist. I live in a pretty humble place here, never been upgraded since 1920, really. And we're blessed. We don't require a lot of, I don't have huge bills or anything, so that's a blessing. Now, we worked hard to pay those off since I had cancer, but if you guys want to support the Rex family or this operation to help it continue to exist in the future, then join us below. Or if you just want fellowship with other cool people of like mind, because we talk about this stuff, man, and talk about it way more on the Patreon channel. It's like 70 posts a month as opposed to a couple. So it's literally over tenfold of the material over there. It's a more filtered audience. That's the function of the paywall, okay? Because I don't like having to deal with the foolishness that you'll see just on the wide open street with the zero gates, zero boundaries. So if you find value to wisdom and instruction, join us on Patreon. Thank you for hearing me out. We'll catch you guys later. Rex out.